Dear Socialists, this video is made for and is addressing people who accept the necessity of socialism, but who do not consider themselves communists. Basically, they want socialism, but through a slow, gradual democratic transition. Well, the main problem with this, as opposed to communism, is simply that it only solves one problem. Communism isn't meant to solve purely worker exploitation in factories. It isn't meant to solve purely the rich getting too rich and getting disattached from the commoners. It is more than just a progressive income tax, which seems to be the only thing the Social Democrats are pushing for. Communism is meant to free youth. It is meant to end racism. It is meant to prevent war. There are countless advantages to the society that would emerge after a communist revolution to a society that the Social Democrats appear to be trying to create, which, well, yes, much better than the current government, at least in the US, is not near as incredible or liberating as true Marxist communism. Think of it like this. How many of the problems with our current government in the US could be solved simply by a progressive income tax? Sure, a lot of them could, but you have to admit there are some pretty huge ones that couldn't. But how many of them could be solved via communism? If you've ever read the Communist Manifesto, you're probably answering nearly all of them, which is correct. To quote the Communist Manifesto, do you charge us with wanting to liberate children from exploitation by their parents? To this crime we plead guilty. To quote the Little Red Book of Mao, by the way, I am a Marxist and a Leninist, but not a Maoist, but nonetheless, to quote the Little Red Book of Mao, there is exploitation by the top 1% of bourgeois among the whites in America towards the numerous blacks of America. And then some other issues other than that are, well, for one, we're in far too many wars for any nation to be in. For another, there is, of course, the discrimination against youth. And as a third, of course, the fact that, we have about 50 years at most to live unless we do serious action, take serious action about climate change now. So there are countless problems that communism could solve that simple socialism cannot. And I hope I've explained that to you in this video. If you want a more in-depth analysis, I highly recommend you read The State and Revolution by Vladimir Lenin. Anyway, this has been Chris Ilyich, and thank you for watching.